Under President Trump, Operation Warp Speed developed the COVID vaccine that saved millions of lives. It's Donald Trump's greatest accomplishment.
No medical breakthrough of this scope and magnitude has ever been achieved this rapidly, this quickly, and we're very proud of it.
Now, RFK Jr. is destroying Donald Trump's greatest legacy. Kennedy was a longtime heroin junkie who has said that using heroin helped him, and he'd still be using it if it continued to work. That's not addiction, it's crazy. Kennedy made disastrous personal choices, and now he's making even more disastrous choices for America. Why is lifelong Democrat Kennedy attacking Donald Trump? Who does he think he is to mock Donald Trump's achievement? RFK Jr. is a deeply disturbed partisan Democrat. Trump was right. Kennedy is wrong. It's time to fire the longtime heroin junkie MAGA traitor.
Damn! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, another news recap. We've got a lot to talk about today. A lot of new revelations. We'll be actually talking about RFK's hearing on Monday with James and Catherine, because I want to get definitely get James's perspective on that whole hearing, because he likes to do RFK Jr. impersonations. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another show. I want to first say thank you guys so much. Some of you donated today for this next trip of ours to Washington, D.C. Don't forget, everybody, I am going back to Washington, D.C. in exactly 8 days. I'll be staying there for an entire week. I will be doing a live stream talking about the Heritage Foundation in front of the Heritage Foundation building on my birthday. I figure that since I've been exposing them for the last 2 years, I figure, I give myself a birthday present. I'll do a nice live stream right in front of there. If you guys want to donate to the trip, I'm looking to raise some money. I just want to clarify on the GoFundMe. It's the same GoFundMe as it was for the last trip. I didn't want to make a new one, so I just changed the goal and the dates on it and everything like that. So I'm not trying to raise that amount of money for just one trip, because that would be insane. So if you guys want to donate, thank you so much. I also have my Cash App on my link. It's in the link tree. Cash App is in a link tree. GoFundMe is in a link tree, which is in the description of this video. Yeah, we're going to talk about the autism thing on Monday, because apparently RFK Jr. has found out that the cause of all autism is Tylenol. Yes, Tylenol. It's idiotic. RFK Jr. is dangerously stupid. But we're not going to talk about him tonight. That was just kind of a warm-up. And yes, don't worry, Brina, we will be back Monday with an episode of the Derp State. Don't we let you hang in for that long. Come on now. I have some updates on the raid, the Hyundai factory raid, where they detained almost 500 people from South Korea, which I'm sure South Korea is extremely happy to hear. I have some more footage from the protests in D.C. Also have some numbers reported by CNN on exactly how unpopular the National Guard is in the city of Washington. Funny thing about this raid, going back to the raid on Hyundai, there's a woman on TikTok claiming to be the one that got this place raided. So I, of course, have this MAGA Karen, her confession video for us all to watch. And she's getting a lot of heat online, understandably. I'm going to follow that up by showing you some videos from some Midwest, I guess, Trump voters. Some from Tennessee, some from Arkansas, who are now finally starting to get it. But you know what kills me about these farmers? They vote for Trump every fucking time. Every time Donald Trump destroys the farming industry, and then they ask for a bailout. So you guys like socialism, when your farms are failing and Donald Trump has deported all your workers, then you're cool with the government helping people out in need. But no, you didn't want people to have food stamps or universal health care because you didn't think they deserved it. Well, we think you deserve to lose everything. I don't feel bad for you. That might sound harsh. I don't give a shit. Some people in this country are just dumb that they really need to learn this lesson the absolute hardest way possible. And if that means losing everything you have in order to learn that lesson, good. Good. I don't care anymore. I used to care about everybody. Now I care about everybody except for the people that voted for Donald Trump. And no, I don't forgive, and I know I don't forget. So if you voted for Donald Trump in the past and you have come to the realization you made a mistake, fantastic, good for you. I still don't fucking want to be your friend. I still don't want to be your friend. I will never be your friend. Okay? Now, all right, let me backtrack a little bit. Some people out there voted for Trump this first time around because they were swindled, they were hustled, they were conned. Those people maybe, I think, might need to get a pass, like people that really aren't involved in politics and they get all their information from the highlight reel on corporate news. Those people maybe should get a pass. But if you voted for Donald Trump more than once, sorry, we do not have any empathy left for you. We're reserving all of our empathy for our people. You know what I mean? The people that actually give a shit about others. Donald Trump recently held I don't know what it was, in the Rose Garden. Well, what used to be the Rose Garden, which is now just a concrete patio. Donald Trump is quite literally turning the White House into Mar-a-Lago. That's what it's going to look like. It's covered in gold, looks horrible. You know what I mean? And now he paved over the Rose Garden, so he had a patio that he could be, when he walks out, everybody claps and licks his butthole. That's what that's for. Also, we got Mark Zuckerberg on a hot mic moment. Basically admitting that every time these guys announce numbers, they're just making shit up. They're quite literally just making it up. And then we're going to talk about this whole Epstein thing, because that's the big topic of the day. I'm going to save it for last, save the best for last, because you guys will never guess what. Donald Trump is a hero. Trump is apparently a hero who took down Jeffrey Epstein. Oh my God, we've had it wrong this whole time. Apparently it was a 15-year operation, but you know what? We'll talk about that later. But yes, the GOP is coming out and saying, yes, Trump is in the files, but only because he was an FBI informant and he saved the day. Like, I swear to God, there's MAGA already making videos. There's MAGA already. God, is there anything you fucking morons won't believe? Is there anything on God's green earth that comes out of these people's mouth that you just are like, you know what, that's dumb? There are videos all over TikTok right now of people on the right. Like, they're like, see, leftist, huh? This destroys your narrative now, doesn't it? And we're like, no, dummy. Like, they believe it. They want Donald Trump to be this godlike figure so bad that instead of believing the facts, the victims, they're honestly moving the goalpost again to make Donald Trump out to be a hero, which I find fucking insane. I am sorry. That is absolutely batshit crazy. Don't come in my comments. Everybody in my community will fuck you up in the comments if you come in my comment section with that bullshit. Donald Trump's a hero. Buy a safety helmet, you psychos. Jesus. Anyway, let's save that for later. But I do believe that Donald Trump is the one that snitched on Jeffrey Epstein. I truly believe it. They had a big falling out. You know what I mean? I think I'll talk about it later. I have some theories, and we'll talk about it later. But you know what? Let's get into some hopeful shit. I want you guys to see what's happening in D.C. today. Today, over 10,000 people. This is not a mass, no King's Day protest. This is just the people of D.C. and the veterans that are posted up there, the ones I'm going to be going to see here soon. Once again, hitting the streets, 10,000 plus strong. Here is the protest making its way by one of the main churches downtown there. And the church bells, they actually started ringing the church bells as they walk by. It's just beautiful. Watch. Yeah, I saw that, Brina. They said the troops are pulling out. I don't think they're going to pull all of them out. ICE will still be around. But according to Jolly, I saw that video too. They're going to be relocating them to Chicago and Baltimore. Since I'll be in D.C., I don't think Baltimore's that far from D.C. So if anything pops off, I can always head down to Baltimore for a day or two and see what's going on there. I'd like to go to Chicago. I actually have a friend in Illinois. I wouldn't mind visiting. So that would be cool. But that's Illinois to the border is like an 11-hour drive, whereas D.C. is like 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore might be 5.5, 6. But even that, I don't mind doing. But 11, that's a bit much. And I haven't gotten my, I got to get my real ID so I can actually travel on planes across the United States. So, yeah, but I imagine with less troops there, that's a good thing. But again, Jolly and them are committed to seeing this through. They're going to, wherever the National Guard in this country goes, the veterans are going to be setting up camp in whatever city. So just so you guys know, this is serious. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Not only are we going to be posted up in D.C., we're still going to be in D.C. That's not going anywhere anytime soon because there's still going to be troops. There's still going to be ICE, and there's still going to be things to cover, protests and whatnot happening in D.C. But if they go to Chicago, veterans are going to open up shop in Chicago. If they go to Baltimore, they're going to open up shop in Baltimore. Any city that they go to, Jolly and these guys have dedicated their time and their efforts and their own money out of their own pockets to do all of this. They do have a GoFundMe set up that they haven't even touched yet. Like everything they've done so far has pretty much been out of pocket or donations because people actually stop and like just give you money at this event, which I've never seen people just offer money like that before. They walk up and be like, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I can't help you, but here, have some lunch on us. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of community out there in D.C. And the people, I'll show you real quick this video. It was taken with a mobile phone, so it's not directly from CNN, but the audio quality is good enough and it gets the point across. But the D.C. is not happy. Watch, just numbers, don't lie.
The Washington Post Shar school poll. And it's pretty stark. Almost 80% of D.C. residents don't like the president's order to federalize the D.C. police. There you have it. 79% oppose that order. 17% support it. Now, asked what would help reduce violent crime in the city, the respondents said this. 77% of them said increased economic opportunities in poor neighborhoods would help reduce violence.
D.C. gets it. Less poor people means less crime. It does. Poor people statistically commit a lot more crimes than rich people. Because rich people fucking have everything. You know what I'm saying? Poor people steal shit because they need to sometimes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people are just out there criming and stuff, but like a lot of times it's, you know, stealing, stuff like that. It's about survival these days, especially if you're homeless and don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? But DC gets it. But 80%, so 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 people do not want what is happening in D.C. And they're only targeting blue states and blue cities. Maryland, okay, Illinois with Pritzker. And just so you guys can see the dumb shit that we are dealing with, this is what Donald Trump has been posting on his fucking page. Let me pull this up real quick. First, he posted this meme where he says he loves the smell of deportations in the morning. And apparently his first act for the Department of War, the newly named Department of War, is to declare war on Chicago. So yeah, MAGA, your no new wars president. Not only is he starting a war with Venezuela, but apparently he also wants to start a war with Americans in cities that didn't vote for him. Like, if you're okay with this, shove your head up your own ass. Seriously. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. And then he's up here posting dumbass shit like these memes, Department of War. Hold up. Let me show you this stuff he posted on True Social. Like, this guy, somebody needs to take Pappy's phone away because the guy is demented. Just so you can see what he's posting on, let me zoom in for you. This is Donald Trump on Mount Rushmore. This is Donald Trump's feed on Twitter. And then we have an AI meme of Chris Christie sumo wrestling with J.B. Pritzker. If find it odd that Donald Trump posts an AI video of two half-naked men, but, personally, I still think Donald Trump is gay, or at least bisexual, because he talks about men's junk and bodies a lot. I think Donald Trump is in his own closet. So yeah, here's the Rose Garden thing. This is what it looks like now. This used to be the Rose Garden. Used to be an iconic part of the White House. And now, this is what it looks like. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. But anyway, getting back on topic, let me get over here. Again, let me show you just some more videos from the DC protest that happened today, just today. I mean, that is a massive amount of people. It's a lot of people, right? I mean, this is from the front. Just the cops are probably a little nervous on this one because they did march to the White House. I believe that's where they ended up, but this is the front view. Thank you, Ann, for the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. You guys are so amazing. Like, I swear to God, I would not be able to do these live streams and these events without you. Every time this will be my 14th on location event just this year. And all of them have been possible thanks to all of your support. Like, you guys always come in clutch for me, no matter what. So again, I really appreciate your help. Good news is, though, my social media, not YouTube, unfortunately, but my social media has been kind of popping off lately, especially Facebook. So I'm honestly hoping, because I don't like doing it, but I'm honestly hoping this is the last time I have to ask for donations for one of my trips. Next month, when I go to New York City in October for the No Kinks protests, I'm not going to be doing any fundraising for that. So again, if you guys are able to help this one last time, it's for a good cause. Every time I've asked you guys to donate, I've used it for exactly what we planned on. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, a lot of people out there, trying to mislead people just to grift. And I don't want it to seem like that one bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like asking people for money. I guess this is the point of that whole conversation. So, all right. But just so you can see, this is why this is the part that pisses me off about what's going on in DC. Okay, so our sons and daughters, and when I say our sons and daughters, just so you know, when military collectively, if people are in the military, it's like a big family. They're all our sons and daughters. And like, we lose kids at war, that hurts all of us, I think, to a point. You know what I mean? Not, of course, as much as the parents, obviously, but I think all of us more than the loss of a soldier that dies in battle. This is not what soldiers are supposed to be used for. This is what our sons and daughters are being used, again, as props in Donald Trump's fascist reality TV show. And they are supposed to be for defense, defending the United States of America. I wonder how the GOP is going to spin this, because, the American people don't like war. Even MAGA claims they don't want to be involved in any new wars, even though every time Donald Trump starts one, they support it. But how exactly are they going to explain that they're spending $1 trillion a year on war and not defense? Does that make sense? Like, I feel more comfortable my tax dollars going towards defending the United States of America. I don't want to knowingly contribute to the war machine, though. Maybe it's just a mental thing. I know it's the exact same thing. Well, not anymore, though, because Donald Trump's literally sending them the Department of War, which is military troops. That's not ICE. The Department of War is military troops. He's talking about sending them in the United States streets. So again, I hate everybody that voted for this. I hate all of you. I hate all of you. Yeah, Brina, I'm glad you asked that. He did piss off South Korea. Bad. Because they raided a Hyundai warehouse. I have the article right here. Let me pull this up. Switch sides. So, they call it a months-long federal immigration operation. I feel like that is complete bullshit. I find it hard to believe that a massive company like Hyundai would just be importing illegals to work in their factory. Does that even make sense to anybody? Like, all right. A sprawling Hyundai manufacturing plant in a quiet southeast Georgia community became ground zero on Thursday for one of the most, it's not one of the most, this is the largest immigration raid and arrest in U.S. history. And most of them are Korean nationals. State troopers blocked roads leading to the plant and set up a security perimeter. Nearly 500 federal, state, local officers poured into the battery production facility. Maybe that's why they went after it. You know, he hates electric and batteries. He doesn't want to get electrocuted by a battery on a boat or something. Yeah. So the raid spread across the property, halted all production in this entire facility. And we come to find out it may be the result of one MAGA Karen. Or at least she's taking credit for this. This woman is taking credit for this. Well, I'm going to show you her video on TikTok where she proudly talks about how she personally reported the Hyundai factory. What?
So there were 452 at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE.
Just so you know, she is being slated on social media right now.
But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country.
That's not true. That none of what she said is true. If this is the information, filing a false police report is a crime. She probably had no evidence of any of this.
They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes, 5 families deep.
Okay. Where are you getting all of this information? I want to know your source. I want to know where you got all the information that people are being human trafficked out of a Hyundai factory. And that they're sleeping 5. None of this is true. This woman is another conspiracy psycho.
Have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel.
This is nothing but MAGA propaganda. She is literally just regurgitating stuff that she hears on Fox News. That is all she is doing. This is what I mean. We have an entire population in our country that can't fucking think for themselves. These people have no critical thinking skills whatsoever. She probably read something on Facebook and called it research. Oh, I hate these people.
And that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yes. They're deporting people and separating families to save lives. Oh my God. I don't hit women, but ladies, if you see this woman, can you please just give her one good open-handed slap? Please, for the love of God. How are people this ignorant? How are people this ignorant? It's amazing to me. I am not an educated person. I barely graduated high school. But somehow along my 47 years, almost 48, I have managed to, I don't know, learn things. That's what drives me nuts about like kids. Like my son, he'll ask me a question. I'm like, kid, you have a damn computer in your hand. You know what I'm saying? And he's 20. I love him to death. But man, it's like people, again, this is somebody who considers research like Facebook, or she went to a brunch with her white friends. And they're like, you know, I heard that they's trafficking Koreans out of the Hyundai plant, like 3 spritzers deep. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they remind me of. Probably just a bunch of sad, non-sexually satisfied white women sitting around talking about shit they read on the internet or that they heard on Fox News. I'm sorry, that rant went way further than I thought it was going to go. But God damn it, man, I'm sorry. You're fucking people's lives up. Y'all are ruining lives. We don't have an immigration problem. We have a Nazi problem. We have a MAGA cult problem. Immigrants are amazing. I love the fact that America used to be the place where everybody goes to have a better life. I liked that concept. I felt like that was something people used to want to come to the United States, especially from countries where there is a lot of oppression, like Venezuela. That's the American dream. It's not, American dream is not for Americans because we understand what it's really like in America. The American dream is for people that live in third world countries who live under dictatorship rule, or in some cases genocide. That's the American dream, to leave there and come to America so you can be free. But that is not how it is anymore, is it? You think, oh my God, Brina, you might be, oh shit. I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't be surprised at all. Brina says, just the theory, but I think Dumpy is sex trafficking kids still. They did, you know what? They did. I think it was back in July. They actually completely gutted the department that went after human trafficking. I believe it was part of the Doge cuts, or they just straight up, but yeah, they are not actively looking for human traffickers because they gutted the people that were actually investigating that type of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Again, we know it's not, they don't care about human life at all. We just saw them. I showed you guys a video yesterday where they bombed a damn Venezuelan migrant ship, killing 11 people. There was no drugs. Actually, it was confirmed. I believe New York Times confirmed today it was not a drug ship. It was just 11 people who Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth murdered. You want to know what J.D. Vance has to say about it? Well, let me show you. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States and Heritage Foundation's #1 stooge, killing cartel members who poison our fellow citizens is the highest and best use of our military. No, it's not. No, it's not. How about stopping, I don't know, Russia or, I don't know, Israel from killing more people? That would be a good use for our military. I'm just saying. But anyway, so Brian Krasenstein, who does have almost 1 million followers, wrote, killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is a war crime. And J.D. Vance replied with, I don't give a shit what you call it. So again, they just murdered 11 people, lied about it, said they were smuggling drugs, which they were not. So again, 11 people that were probably, and I'm sorry, but the damn boat was not gonna, you can't leave Venezuela. You can't leave South America on a goddamn speedboat and make it all the way to the United States. So they don't even know if that boat was going to the United States. They don't. There is no way they can prove, just because the boat was traveling north, they cannot prove that that boat was even headed here. Again, though, people leaving a life of oppression and trying to find a better life. They were murdered by Donald Trump and his administration, And J.D. Vance's response is, I don't give a shit. These people are subhuman. I'm talking to you Trump supporters too. I consider you less than human. You're animals as far as I'm concerned. No moral compass whatsoever. So killing 11 people, Brian Krassenstein responds, in this way could be classified as an extrajudicial killing, pointing out that this would not fall under an official act, killing under international human rights law, potentially exposing U.S. officials to responsibility. This was a war crime. This was a crime against humanity. Our country is straight up just murdering people because they think they're trafficking drugs to the United States. And again, I showed you the video. You guys saw how small that boat was. That boat is not going to go from Venezuela to America. You're stupid if you think so. It wasn't a cargo ship. Jesus Christ. So we are going to war with Venezuela. How do I know we're going to war with Venezuela? Well, because this dumbass sending our most advanced jet fighters to the Caribbean. They're claiming to send F-35s to the Caribbean to fight cartels. That's not what F-35 is for, guys. This is not what F-35 is for. Do you want to know what F-35 is for? Because I asked ChatGPT, hey, could you explain to the people what F-35s are used for? And it was nice enough to let me know. So let's read what an F-35 Lightning is actually used for. Okay. Air superiority in air-to-air combat. Last time I checked, cartels don't have fighter jets. They are designed to detect, track, and engage enemy aircraft before being detected itself, thanks to its stealth design and advanced sensors. Donald Trump thinks that means this plane is completely invisible. Because yes, Donald Trump thinks stealth means you can't physically see it. Okay, next, number 2, strike missions, air to ground. I guess you could use an air to ground strike against cartels. Then again, you would have to first find them, verify that they are cartels, which would require, reconnaissance. Oh, hey, look, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. So we're flying jets with the most advanced sensors on the planet to try and snuff out cartels. This is so stupid. Electronic warfare, so they can jam the cartel radars. Jesus Christ. Oh, good. They have nuclear strike capabilities. Awesome. Now we can nuke. We have the ability to nuke cartels now too. Super. Also uses stealth and precision weapons to locate and neutralize enemy radar and surface-to-air missile systems. I've never heard of a cartel using a surface-to-air missile. Maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe the game has changed since I watched Narcos. I don't know. Like, we're sending F-35s and they want to tell us it's because we're fighting cartels. No, dumbass. You want Venezuela's oil because every other country is cutting us off. And you're now realizing it, so the only option you have is to try and steal it from somebody else. Russia's making deals with China and North Korea. They're going to cut us off because Russia has a lot of oil too. So, again, this has nothing to do with drugs. This has nothing to do with protecting American citizens. This is 100% about oil. That's it. Let's see. Where? Hopefully I cleared my search history else nothing weird pops up. Where does Venezuela, how do you spell Venezuela? Told you I'm not educated. Rank on oil production, oil reserves. Oh, okay. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves in the world with over 300 billion barrels. It ranks number 1 globally, far surpassing countries like Saudi, Iran, and Canada. Okay, now it's even making more sense. I thought they were like second or third. I didn't realize they have more oil than Saudi Arabia does. But this is what our tax money is going towards. We're going to start a war again over oil. Again. We just did this shit with Iraq. And now we're going to go to oil, because that was what the Iraq war was. Israel lied to George Bush, said, hey, Iraq's got weapons of mass destruction. You should go in there. But in reality, it was just about oil. So we're doing it again. History is repeating itself. Not only is 1940s Germany alive and well in 2025 America, but now we're also starting wars again over oil. So the rich get richer by force, too, apparently now. Yeah. So that's literally all this is about. We're sending fighter jets to Venezuela. There's already like warships and shit over there too, which is crazy. So, all right, let me go ahead and just show you guys this real quick. Apparently, Donald Trump is now looking to take over New York's 9/11 memorial. This is as of today. Why? We don't know. Trump administration, or the White House confirmed the administration has had preliminary exploratory discussions about the idea, but declined to elaborate. And then Donald Trump just took over Union Station in D.C. He's just mine. It's mine. He's also apparently going to be enriching himself more because the 2026 G20 will take place at his Doral Resort. And I'm sure he's going to charge double for the prices of the rooms. Yeah. But according to Caroline Leavitt, he's not in it for himself. I mean, according to MAGA, he donates his salary, so he can't possibly be in it for himself. Like, seriously, the guy's made billions, with a B, of dollars in 8 months off of the U.S. taxpayer and grifts and lies. And you guys are saying he's a good person because he donated his $400,000 a year salary. All right. Just you keep telling yourself these things. I'm sure it'll work out just fine for you. Yeah, all right. Who are we kidding, man? MAGA's hopeless. Yeah. Just fucking stupid shit. That is about the best way to describe what is happening right now. I have come to the point where I don't have yet. I know some of this stuff you read, you're just like, I got nothing. Oh, yeah. Oh, guys, don't forget about that radioactive shrimp. I can't get that video out of my head. It was sitting U.S. Senator talking about radioactive shrimp and aliens coming out of your belly. Irony is truly dead. Truly dead. All right, moving on. Let's talk about what do I want to talk about? Oh, the Midwest. Let's talk about the Midwest because they're not doing good. Trump voters. Fuck around and find out. You're in the find out stages. Yeah, November was the FA part of the FO equation. You are now in the latter half of that. Both people in Tennessee people are now noticing they're paying, I don't know, sometimes 4 times as much as they did for certain goods. Arkansas has decided to turn to Jesus to pray for help. People are hopeless. But here's Tennessee starting to realize that they are cooked. Red states, y'all are cooked. You can make fun of us all you want. You guys are in trouble. So when the starvation starts to hit, don't look at us.
Up to more than a dozen people in downtown Morristown. Everyone was mad about prices.
Sometimes things is 4 times what they was a year ago. A roast I used to get for $12, $15, $35. It's awful.
Everything, you know, just keeps going up.
Well, I used to spend $40 a week. Now it's 140 or something like that. I just don't think it's going to go down for a long time. They're not concerned with people like us.
They said these tariffs that they've got on is going to bring prices down. They're not, because it's going to have to charge more to make up for them having to pay to bring it in. And I just say everything's...
Oh, now you're getting what a tariff is.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. All right. She's all right. We'll let her off the hook. But she sounded like she voted for Trump in the past, baby. But yes, tariffs, again, are paid for by the American people. So every time, you can't hear the video? Oh, no. So every time Donald Trump brags on social media about we've made trillions of dollars or a gazillion, bazillion dollars from tariffs, he's basically bragging that he stole trillions of dollars from the American people, which is not trillions of dollars. But anyway, he's quite literally bragging. He's flexing like, we made money. Like, yeah, y'all, the rich people that own the corporations, are making a killing. Because I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but a lot of companies are raising prices a lot higher than the percentage of tariff. Just saying, corporate greed is a bitch. That's why prices never came down during COVID, after COVID. Remember when COVID happened, prices skyrocketed? They never came back down. So every time corporations do this shit, there's a crisis, prices are through the roof. Then after the crisis is over, then maybe they'll lower it a little bit, but they'll never ever lower it back down to where it was before the crisis. It never happens. And it's going to happen again because we're about to enter a whole different level of crisis here. But let me show you this video from Arkansas, where farmers who voted for Trump are now praying for help. They're praying that somebody's going to help them because their government has left them behind. And this happened during the last Trump administration. During the last Trump administration, farmers were the #1 welfare recipients in the United States. That is a fact. And farmers had to get welfare from the United States government because of Republican policies. So last time, during COVID, they had to get bailed out by the U.S. government. But yet they continue to vote Republican. Like, isn't that the definition of insanity? Like, you keep voting Republican, hoping that the next Republican will be better. Maybe it's time to do something different. But some of these people, they're like, we don't blame Trump. We blame the people that work for him. Motherfucker, he hired them. Anyway, here's Arkansas.
Until the federal government steps in to save them, farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Farmers, in my opinion, dear Lord, and it's only my opinion, are closer to thee than anyone else on this earth because we deal with your earth every day. Dear Lord, we're hurting, dear Lord. We can't help what's happened to us.
We can't help what's happened to us. Still not taking responsibility, hoping that the almighty imaginary God in the sky comes down and somehow gives you workers back to pick your crops for you. You know, the ones you voted to get deported? Now you're asking God to help you. You sick fucks. Seriously, how fucking demented do you have to be like, yeah, deport brown people? God, please help us. We don't deserve this. Yes, you do. Quite literally, you deserve this. You asked for it. We, the liberals, did not put this upon you. MAGA, we did not put this upon you. You voted for it. You knew he was going to deport people, but you thought it was just the criminals, even though we told you, no, it's all brown people. All. No, you guys are that's just liberal propaganda. Okay, yeah, just keep listening to Trump. Just keep doing it. Like I said, I'm sure it'll work out just fine for you. Embarrassing, but anyway, moving on from the Midwest, they're not going to get it. They're never going to get it. What am I saying? They're never going to get it. These people are never going to get it. But anyway, let's go on to the American Clown King here. I have a video of him trying to hold. Does it look like to me that he's struggling just trying to hold up this binder? Or maybe I'm just looking too much into it. It's just a short 7-second clip here.
There it is. And that's going to help a lot of the homeowners of our great country.
Like it just, I'm going to play it again.
There it is. And that's going to help a lot of the homeowners of our great country.
Like, I don't know. His one hand seems like he's not using it correctly or doesn't want to do what his brain tells him anyway. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, he holds a rose garden. He holds an event in a rose garden. And don't worry, we're getting to the Mike Johnson Epstein stuff here in a second. But here he holds an event at the Rose Garden where he makes a weird claim about somebody calling him at 5 a.m. I'm assuming people working on a bill. But he says they broke his ass, which I don't know what that means. What is breaking? I've never broken anybody's ass before. Maybe somebody can tell me what that means. But here you go. Here's Donald Trump having his ass broken.
So, getting back to why you got invited. So, I'd get a call from the speaker, and it'd say, sir, we have 16 hard no's. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we have one of many bills, because this happened many times, and it tended to be the same 16, 18, 19 people all the time.
What is he talking
4 o'clock,
about?
5 o'clock in the morning, I call him. I said, Jim, how you doing, Jim? Everything okay? Yes, sir. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. How are you voting for us, Jim? Well, what do you think, sir? Tell me, what should I do, sir? And he broke my ass, and they had about 16 others. That doesn't mean we don't like them.
Whoa. So Jim broke his ass and there were 16 others waiting to break his ass too? Damn. I don't know, Trump was a freak like that. Just getting a train ridden on him and shit. So yeah, they were breaking his ass. I don't know. Again, I don't know what this means. Half the time, most of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is complete gibberish anymore. His brain is quite literally applesauce now. So yeah. So moving on, I'm going to go to the hot mic moment that you guys will probably be interested in. Remember yesterday how I showed you the video of all the tech bros just sucking up to Donald Trump? Like a truly pathetic thing to watch. Grown men just on their hands and knees, almost physically, but definitely metaphorically, kissing up to this loser. But here they go. And just so you know that they are making every number up that they throw out there. This is proof, because Mark Zuckerberg, dumbass that he is, did not realize that the microphone was still on. And he looks at Trump and goes, well, basically saying, I just threw out a number. I didn't know what number you wanted me to throw out there. So, yeah, here's that video.
How much are you spending, would you say, over the next few years?
Oh, gosh. I think it's probably going to be something like, I don't know, at least $600 billion through 28 in the U.S. Yeah.
It's a lot.
No, it's significant.
That's a lot. Thank you, Mark. It's great to have you.
Paying attention, but sorry, I wasn't ready to do it for announcement. You said I wasn't sure what number you wanted to go with.
I wasn't sure what number you wanted to go with. So again, they're just making shit up. So every time Donald Trump throws out this magical, we're getting trillions of dollars, and I made a deal with Japan for $11 gazillion. It's just made up. All fake. All fake. And Donald Trump's numbers are so bad. Like the jobs report was so bad that even his Heritage Foundation goon that he hired couldn't even cover it up. But they are out there desperately trying to make Donald Trump look good. Between the Epstein files and the jobs report and the economy crashing and pretty much every world leader laughing at us, they're desperate. So they send their chief propagandist, Stephen Miller, a.k.a. we'll call him Heritage Goebbels, because he looks just like Goebbels. just like but Nazi or Hitler's chief propagandist. So here's American Goebbels. Just lying. I mean, I feel like they truly think America is as dumb as their supporters. Because listen to the stuff they're trying to spoon feed their people.
The president has presided over the most extraordinary economic turnaround in American history. During the Biden administration,
bullshit,
we saw zero net job gains for American workers in 4 years, which is an economic depression for American workers. It's an actual depression. Since President Trump has came into office, 100% of job gains have gone to American workers, as millions of foreign workers who are here illegally have left the country.
Should we fact check this fool? I think we should. Well, let's see. Were more jobs added under Biden than in the first 3 years of any president? And the answer is yes. Joe Biden had one of the single most successful one-term presidencies in history. Or he had the single most successful first term, I believe, of any president, if you look at the numbers. I mean, keep in mind, everybody seems to have this really short memory and forget that Donald Trump was president before Joe Biden. So guess who destroyed the economy before Joe Biden took over? Okay, and COVID hit at the end of Trump's term, so Biden got the end of that and had to clean it up. So not only did I believe he had like 42 or something months of straight job growth, he brought unemployment down to like 50-year lows because it was at like 6-point-something%. I believe he brought it down to 3.4 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But even taking into account COVID and people losing their jobs, because a lot of people lost their jobs as a result of COVID, even accounting for that, Joe Biden, yes, Pamela, I also miss President Biden. He was an old fart, but he was a nice old fart. And I would prefer a nice old fart than a Nazi pedophile any day of the week. Any day of the week. For sure. For sure. So they can try and make Donald Trump look good all they want, but it's not going to happen, dude. You can manipulate and lie to an extent until eventually people are just like, I mean, some of these people are going to ride or die this thing all the way through. But most people are, starting to realize these people have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. No clue. They're a bunch of incompetent idiots. Yeah. That's a nice way of putting it. Anyway, moving on to the big news of the day. Donald Trump, the hero. Donald Trump, the undercover FBI snitch. So he's either a liar and he's in the Epstein files, which he is. So he's a liar. Or he's a snitch who threw his best friend under the bus. And was this the slowest FBI sting operation in world history? Because how did you take 15 years for you to go from meeting Jeffrey Epstein to busting Jeffrey Epstein? Like, this is the biggest load of shit they could have possibly went with. And I honestly thought this is what they were going to do. And I was like, no, that's insane. There's no way they're going to try and pull this off. But no, that's what they're going to do. They're trying to make Donald Trump out to be the hero in this equation. He was an informant. He had to have sex with those kids or he would have blown his cover, guys. He had to rape children for our country. That's what I'm hearing. I mean, seriously, if you're an undercover agent and you're trying to bust a drug operation, chances are at some point you're going to have to do drugs or they're going to know that you're a federal agent. You know what I'm saying? It's like what do you... So for 50... All right. Let's play this again in my head here. I'm trying to make this make sense because it doesn't. But so for 15 years, Donald Trump worked as an FBI informant. So either the FBI is horrible at what they do, or Donald Trump is quite literally the worst informant ever. But that means he would have had to rape children to protect his cover, which is insane, which means he still had sex with children. So no matter what you play this, Donald Trump did disgusting things to girls, not women, not young women. 18 and older is young women. Under that, girls. Makes you a pedophile by definition. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, just in case anybody was curious how close Epstein and Donald Trump were, I have a video. Of course I have a video. Here's them partying together, having a good old time.
Of a Mar-a-Lago party shows Trump giving Epstein his personal attention. The footage, shot in November of 1992, before Trump opened the resort as a club, shows the future president surrounded by cheerleaders for the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, capturing Trump's fun-loving bachelor lifestyle for an appearance on Faith Daniels' NBC talk show.
We're going to get great ratings in your show.
Trump is surrounded by women as music blares in the background. After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests, among them the financier Jeffrey Epstein, more than a decade before his guilty plea on state prostitution charges. Later in the footage, Trump is seen talking to Epstein and another man as women are dancing in front of them. Trump alternates between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein and the other man and telling Epstein about the cameras. Though exactly what they say is difficult to understand as they discuss the women and their appearances, Trump gestures to one and appears to say to Epstein, "Look at her back there. She's hot."
Yeah, okay. Here's the new informant. Shut up, man. Just shut up. But here I want to play Mike Johnson because he blew the lid off of it. They should have just kept doing what they were doing and denying it. I truly think MAGA would have eventually just forgot about it. That's what they do. The fact that I'm sorry, this lie is so stupid. So stupid. Just go on TikTok and I don't know if you'll find any, but just the videos of MAGA being like, "Hi, liberals, we got you. Donald Trump was actually the good guy." You are making me lose hope in humanity. Anyway.
Called it a hoax yesterday. Is
what
it a hoax?
Is the hoax that the Democrats are using to try to attack him. He has never said or suggested or implied. I've talked to him about this many times.
Donald Trump says it all the time that it's a Democrat hoax made up by Obama and Clinton and
many times.
It comes across as calling the whole thing a hoax.
It's been misrepresented. He's not saying
no.
What Epstein did as a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down.
I'm sorry. Let's repeat that, please.
Did as a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms.
All right, so my theory, like I said, I have a theory. My theory is that Donald Trump is about to go down for something. Okay, sketchy business dealings, ties to Russia, this being associated with Epstein. Maybe he got caught with a young woman underage or something. So my theory is the FBI pressed him, and being the little bitch that he is, he ends up rolling over on his best friend because they recently had a fight over a real estate issue or real estate property they wanted to purchase. They both wanted to buy. So they had a huge falling out, and then Donald Trump turned him in. That's it. There is no. I believe he was the FBI informant, but I believe that Donald Trump is the one that snitched on Epstein. I honestly, I seriously do. I believe that Donald Trump is the one that ultimately got Epstein arrested. He knew more than probably almost anybody about Epstein. So we all know Donald Trump will do anything for money, and he'll also do anything to stay out of prison. So not very far-fetched to think that the FBI had some dirt on him, and as a result of him not wanting to go to prison, he took and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll give you my buddy Jeffrey over here. Okay? Because they knew Donald Trump was involved. The fact that nobody has gone to jail other than Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the fact that nobody that fucked these kids, I'm sorry, I gotta stop saying it, but that's what they did. Nobody that did these horrible acts to these kids has gone to jail. None of them. None of them. These women, these survivors have to walk around every day knowing the men that brutally raped them are still walking the streets freely and living their best life. One of them is the President of the United States. Jesus Christ.
It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago. What he's talking about is the Democrats who are doing this with impure motives. If they cared so much about this, why didn't they do something during the 4 years of the Biden administration when the Biden DOJ had all the records? They didn't say a word about it. To attack him. He has never...
Sorry. Let me remove that. Yeah. And I'm tired of that argument too. Why didn't Biden do anything about it? Well, it's a good question. I don't know. Maybe the documents were part of the ones that he stole and had hidden in Mar-a-Lago. Maybe. Who knows? Like if you knew that you rolled on your best friend, you knew files existed, and you stole a bunch of classified information. I don't know. It sounds kind of on par for Trump to want to take the evidence with him. You know what I mean? But no, they could have leaked it, but the Democrats had this, decorum, and we want to hold ourselves to a higher standard shit. One of the reasons we're in this situation is because we have gutless cowards as politicians. You can't fight by the rules against people that don't believe in rules. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. But anyway, so Mike Johnson completely messed everything up because now most of the world's just laughing at this point. Like, this is hysterical to most of us. But there are people that believe it. There are people that believe it, guys. So, yeah, again, these people are making me lose hope in humanity. They really are. Not completely, just a good portion of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's all I have for today's show, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow we got Jaron Brandon for California Senate District 4 coming on the show. Got our first potential senator going to be talking to us, doing an interview with him. Mike will be on the show. Monday, we're doing another episode of the Derp State. And then Tuesday, Liz Mkhitaryan, founder of Stop Moms for Liberty, will be back on the show. And we'll be talking about public education. We talked about the PragerU stuff the last time. We're going to be talking about we're going to talk about Moms for Liberty and what they're doing in the southern states right now. You guys really need to, if you have kids and you're a parent, especially if you live in the South, you need to find out because I heard from multiple people that came to DC from the South, specifically for the veteran sit-in, who said that they are in fact showing kids PragerU stuff in elementary schools and public schools and shit like that. It is happening. So PragerU is Israeli propaganda being used in our public schools. But again, so yeah, we got some big shows lined up. And then the week after that, I will be in DC. Okay, I'm going down on the 14th, which is next Sunday, a week from tomorrow. And I'll be staying until the following Sunday. Having a blast. Most of the time I will be on location in DC. Again, I'm going to do 3 live streams a day, one on Facebook, one on Instagram, one on YouTube, and I'm going to come up with a schedule so everyone knows where I'm going to be and when, instead of just doing it sporadically like I was last time. I am also planning on doing a birthday live stream on the 17th, exposing the Heritage Foundation in front of the Heritage Foundation building, which could honestly get me arrested. They do not like attention. Heritage Foundation wants to remain in the shadows. But unfortunately, I will not let that happen. I just wish I had a larger reach and people actually listen to what we said. So I could get arrested for that one. That I have a feeling they're not going to like somebody posted on their front door live streaming and talking about how horrible they are. So again, if you guys want to donate for that, please, I really appreciate your help. Hopefully, like I said, this will be the last time I ask for donations for a trip. Hopefully from now on we can be self-sufficient. That's the goal anyway. But if you want to donate, my GoFundMe and Cash App are both in my link tree, which is the description of the video. It's also on our channel pages and bios, so you can find it anywhere you want. Any help is greatly appreciated. And like always, we'll talk to you soon. See you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m.